Hi guys, long time no chat. Um, Something is speaking in my house. Um, it's been pretty crazy here for a little while. I got back from Florida last Saturday, and I'm sorry I never finished putting up the Florida videos. I'll have the pictures up soon, and you can see them. Um, just got really crazy. I turned 18 years old. We had Thanksgiving, and now it's December, and oh my gosh, I don't know where the time went. Um, but today, what? I don't know what's speaking. But today I'm going to be doing my November wrap up. I don't have a December TBR. It's just one of those things. Like I said, I ordered books for my birthday and they have not come in the mail yet. So I'm waiting to see what that's gonna. I'm waiting till they come in the mail to see if I'm in the mood to read any of them. But I'm gonna be doing my wrap up and I forgot my books, so I'll be right back. Alright, so books. I have read 6 books in the month of November. Starting out with In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. This was much better than I was actually expecting. It's a William C. Morris Debut Award finalist. And basically this is about a girl who is named after Mary Shelley, who, if you don't know, wrote Frankenstein. And her name is Mary Shelley Black. And she is living at the time of World War I and the Spanish influenza. And she has moved in with her aunt in San Diego because her father is kind of like, revolutionist isn't the right word, but it's the only word I have, so I'm going to use that word. And his ideas just get him thrown into jail. And basically, Mary Shelley moves in with her aunt, who is doing everything possible to make sure that that Mary Shelley and the aunt don't get the Spanish influenza. And back then, there was like onion soup and garlic necklaces, that kind of stuff. Well, Mary Shelley has fallen in love with, I forget his name. It seems like I read this so long ago. I'll find it. Oh, Stephen. His name was Stephen. She falls in love with Stephen, and Stephen gets shipped off to fight in the war. And so, to cope with that, Mary Shelley reads his letters that he sent her. And then she finds out that he's died. And so what happens is his brother, whose name is Julian, I believe, Julian something like that, has opened up a studio, a photography studio, and he advertises that he takes your picture, and in your picture, I don't know if you can see that, kind of like this, is the spirit of your loved one. I don't want to say much more than that, but I really enjoyed it. I'm not really a big fan of historical fiction. I mean, I like it, it's just I would rank other genres above that. So then the next thing I read the Delirium series. And I loved this series. My favorite book was Delirium. Just Alex, okay? Just Alex. And Basically, in this book, love has been ruled a disease. And once you reach the age of 18, you get cured from the love. It's called armor something deliria, is this like scientific name, but they just call it the deliria. And what happens is the main girl, Lena, has been raised from her Aunt Carol with her sister and her cousins, because her father has passed away when she was really young, and her mother caught the deliria, and she was sent to jail. So that's because of her actions with having the deliria. And things just go on from there. Lena catches the deliria, and she's not sure how to cope with it until she meets Alex. And they just have this budding, blossoming relationship, and everything goes really well until one day she decides to leave the city. And that's when things go downhill. And that's what I'm going to say about it, but that was something. And I'm not going to say really anything about the other two books because I don't want to spoil anybody. And then I read the Delirium stories, Hannah, Annabelle, and Raven, which of course Hannah is Lena's best friend, Annabelle is Lena's mom, and Raven is kind of, well, she's the leader of something, but I'm not going to tell you what. And these are just novellas, and they are really sweet. I really like them. It takes you into the mindset of these characters, and you learn something about them. And what you learn about Raven makes you go, oh, it really starts to make sense. But definitely, if you're going to read this, read Hannah after you've read Delirium, and Annabelle and Raven after you finish the entire series. That's just how I think it is. Or do what I did, read the entire series first, then read this. But you are going to get spoiled if you read this first. Then the last book I read, I finished last night, which was still November. So I read Asylum by Madeline Rue. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Delirium was by Lauren Oliver. This book, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Basically, there's this boy, Dan, and he goes to a college preparatory course that in the college has on this ground an old asylum that it has converted into its dormitories. And we find out that Dan has the same name as the last warden. And it's just kind of hairy from there. But I really like this story because Dan, at the beginning, he doesn't seem to have a lot of friends. And then he meets Abby and Jordan, and they become fast friends. And I really like that. This book, if you're thinking it's going to be scary, don't go in thinking that. I went in I like reading things about old asylums. I don't know, I'm weird. I went in just thinking it was going to be kind of spooky. But there wasn't ever a point where I was going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared I can't sleep. Because I read this right before I fell asleep. But I would really only this book was really good, and it has some mixed reviews on Goodreads, but I really enjoyed it. My synopsis was kind of weird on it. But what's really cool about this, what makes it even more spooky, is it has photographs in it that make this seem like it's a nonfiction story, but it's not. Oops. All the pictures are just credited in the back of the book. So that was my reading month of November. I think it was pretty good. I am 13 books away from my Goodreads goal of 50 books for this year. And I think my brother is home. Oh, no, they didn't turn up the driveway. And I am now currently reading Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley. I'm going to probably finish this tonight. I have about 100 pages left. So I'm probably going to finish this tonight. And this will be included in my December wrap-up. Like I said, I don't have much of a TBR because my books I ordered, they haven't come in yet. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hopefully will be better at this. What happens is I really enjoy filming. I don't enjoy editing so much. And then it takes so long to upload. It's just one of those things that I'm not fond of it. So when I have time to sit down and actually put one of these videos together, I enjoy it. Hopefully I can have a couple of videos up this month. It's gonna get crazy again because Christmas break, and I have to write a 7-page research paper for school. It's a requirement for graduation. I have to take a CPR class. I have to take my ACTs. I have to do all my other school. On top of that, I have to test for my driver's license. I have three or four appointments that I have to make it to. And it's just going to be kind of crazy. So I don't know what kind of videos I'm going to post, but we'll see. So I will have another video up soon. And sometime I will have the pictures from my Florida trip up. And I'll talk to you guys soon. So, goodbye!